Borussia Dortmund get ready for another crack at the big prize. Will they get the win they need to get their campaign off to a flying start, or will their bubble burst over the course of the next 90 minutes? Well, colour and passion just oozing from the stands here. These fans love their football, and we're about to be dished up a feast of it. There's the whistle.
Steven Gerrard is capable of taking a game by the scruff of the neck and anywhere he wants after that.
Yeah, one way or another he'll contribute to the scoring of a goal.
Yeah, and when the going gets tough, tough seems to come easy for him.
Engages and forces him off the ball. And he's done very well to take that back. And he's there to get it away. Can they get him away? And this is Rooney. He's beaten the last man. Oh, he's enjoyed that. He evidently loves the contest. Owen, he's onto this. And the shot! Well, that looked awkward, but he had a good crack at it.
Yeah, it didn't come off, but still very good quick thinking on his part.
That is good alertness. And here's Rooney. Van der Ven can get it clear. Borussia Dortmund with the corner. They're first. They've played it short. Tries to pass it through. Rooney has the space to scheme. And that's played in low. Chance! Goal! Borussia Dortmund! As simple as you like, the outcome utterly inevitable.
Yeah, it's mystifying that a player of his talent wasn't picked up sooner, and he picked them off instead.
After 19 minutes is number 6, Michael Owen.
You felt it was coming, 1-0.
Look, he's the one everyone expects to put the ball in the net. That's what he's paid to do.
Neymar. Now it's Rooney. And he's worked it through. No, not quite on the same wavelength. Akanji. And they've got a throw. Aimed beyond the defence. Albert Ferrer. Now it's De Bruyne. Too much on it, and that is an easy claim for the keeper.
They want to be quick here. It's breakaway time.
He's through here. Well, that's well seen too. Well, the idea was a good one. The execution of it, not quite so.
Clearly is miffed, having met...
Shot a goal! And that's in! They have come roaring back!
Well, you have to credit the desire there. These boys knew they were in a battle, and they did exactly what was needed to get back into it. That's going to make the boss just a little happy now.
He has given that the lot. Bang!
Well, Peter, it would have taken something incredible for the keeper to keep that one out. It was absolutely spanked.
Applies the finish! Oh, just lacked a decent finish.
Well, there's always that risk, Peter, when a team commits too many numbers forward. You can't help but leave some gaps at the back.
Done delicately. He has a look up. Shoots! Oh, the ball's run loose here.
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
Marquinhos is offering some sort of an apology there.
His teammates are really annoyed with that, you know, and they have every right to be.
And into the grateful arms of the keeper. Referee says that is that for the first half. Nothing to separate the two teams at half-time. They've both given it a really good go, and they head into the break all square. So, Jim, neither side getting it all their own way so far.
Well, it sets up a very entertaining second half, Peter. Who's going to make the first move, trying to win this, and how they might find a way to sustain good pressure.
So 45 minutes of uncompromising football, and at the break, it's one each. And we're already back up and running after half-time. Now it's Del Piero. Oh, what a mistake! Oh, super! Oh, in! Superb goal!
Boom! There we go, and it couldn't be much better. He was born for the glory he's just managed. The apple on top of the tree.
There was to be only one outcome.
Well, how's that for composure, Peter? You can see the keeper tried to put as much pressure on him by staying upright, but it didn't faze him, not in the slightest.
Well, this is what we've been waiting for.
Listen, when it comes to goals, Peter, in this team, he's always the #1 contender, and he's done it again. Borussia Dortmund are clearly enjoying a very good spell. The flow of momentum is banging their favour.
De Bruyne really struggling to influence the game.
He needs a minder, and one of his teammates should be picking up on that, and quickly.
It's a lovely, neat pass. Quarter of an hour into the second half. And here's Neymar. Cannavaro gets a foot in here. Puskas, real chance! He's got a goal! Once more they've done it! They just will not lie down!
Yeah, and it's very much deserved in the circumstances. In these games, it's so tempting to maybe get a little sorry for yourselves, but there's none of that.
Wonderfully smooth, smart and slick.
What about the pass, Peter? It was played so intelligently, and he picked out the perfect target.
So again, we have parity.
Well, I'd happily watch this every week, Peter. This is exactly what you want from a big game.
Oh, the movement is slick, the speed is slippery. The defence, though, able to hold on this time. And he shoots! Oh, and it's come back out to him. Goal! Vasco da Gama! And the comeback is complete. Some heroic goalkeeping, but even that couldn't save them this time.
And that's great movement from him. He instinctively knew that the ball was going to come back out and put himself where he needed to be. The sort of thing you just can't teach.
Coming on to replace him is number 14, Stojkovic.
So we have movement on both benches. Vasco da Gama have their lead.
Yeah, it's all happening.
Oh, he'd love to have another go at that.
Well, it's certainly encouraging, Peter. At least they're going about things the right way after falling behind.
Batistuta. Yamal.
They may end up with some regret with this tactic, but you have to admire their commitment to goals.
That's been cut out, well played. And it's Gerrard. That is a great pick out. And he's being shifted off it.
I think we're about to see a frenetic finish, and no half measures from here. Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
Batistuta, someone who can always claim to be the most immaculate finisher. Gerrard.
Substitution for Borussia Dortmund, number 18, Rijkaard.
Akanji.
Coming on the field is Number 20, Henderson.
Marquinhos. And time is up. Borussia Dortmund pleasingly clever on the ball. They had their moments, but ultimately they take away nothing. So bring it on. Hype, expectation, emotion. The game yet to kick off. The excitement already palpable.
Borussia Dortmund against Arsenal.
Expectations and decibels both rising fast here. Things are heating up and we'll be getting underway very soon. So off we go then. Jim, who do you reckon is pivotal?
Yeah, Virgil van Dijk. He's just about unbeatable in every department, Peter. He's strong, he's quick, he's totally dominant in the air, and what's more, he seems to really love a tussle. His passing's good too, and he never seems to lose it in important areas. I'd expect this team to notch up a lot of clean sheets with him on board.
Yeah, he'll certainly be leaving his mark on this game, quite possibly actually at both ends. And now they can spring out of defence. Somewhat off target. Shevchenko is in a really good position out wide.
It's a decent chance to counter-attack.
Araujo. Rijkaard. Griezmann. Tanucci spots it and intercepts. Shot could be on. Totti.
Yeah, the crowd have tried to spark some excitement, but to no avail. This needs something explosive.
And he has slightly undercooked that one.
Arsenal clearly didn't help themselves by telegraphing that one. It was always going to be intercepted.
Now it's Owen. That has not gone well. Now it's Del Piero. Looking to play him in. Well read, nice interception. Del Piero! Crossbar comes to the rescue. Looking for the run. That is a great pick out. But it is clear to see that he is not at all happy with that.
He made it look a bit predictable.
Rijkaard.
Well, yet another interception and a show of anticipation to be commended.
Arsenal have quite a reputation for being combative, confrontational, just in your face, Jim.
It's well rehearsed, Peter. It's testament to their excellent work ethic, really. The way they always go chasing the ball in numbers, and they can keep it up late into a game too.
Not the most accurate pass. Rummenigge. Owen. And he was quick to react. Half-time rapidly approaching, and it's still goalless. Figo, who is rarely short on confidence. Well, the idea was a good one. The execution of it, not quite so.
Well, the pass wasn't good enough, and he knows it.
Now it's Rooney. Dink through. And this is Del Piero in with the challenge. And that signals the end of the first period. Well, it was a half of could-haves and should-haves, but as the whistle blows, we remain where we started. Plenty for both managers to mull over here. So, your views on the first half?
Well, I think from the manager's viewpoint, Peter, he'll be demanding more from his team during the break, but he'll at least be happy at the way they've contained the opposition so far.
Still waiting for this to take off. It's goalless at half-time. And we are back on the way.
Borussia Dortmund clearly have been the better side here. So if I was to say anything to them, it would be just keep going. If it's not broken, don't try to fix it.
Well, he was clearly disappointed with that pass.
They should have done a lot better there. The final ball was very poor.
Cannavaro cuts out the pass. Well, there is a look that says it all. A piercing stare.
Well, that's down to a simple miscalculation. No more, no less.
And he shoots! And that's what you call inspired goalkeeping.
Shevchenko is offering a wry smile there.
Shevchenko! He's done very well to get to that.
Really anticipated that well, didn't he?
Oh, they could be caught out here.
Well, Peter, just see here how a lot of the attacking players aren't dropping back anymore.
And that means just one thing, I suppose.
Yeah, they just simply want to engage the counter-attack.
Very little to report from an attacking perspective. Jim, it's a cagey old game.
Well, I think it's a fair reflection on what we've seen so far. Neither side has produced that many efforts at goal simply because respective defences have been strong.
He's had a shot! Andrei Shevchenko, the great Ukrainian goal machine! Oh, it really is a finish of the highest order. It is the pick-me-up they all long for.
I think you have to appreciate the simplicity and efficiency of it all there, Peter. The ease at which the defence got taken out of the equation, and he was never going to miss that.
Oh, and the shot! And he hits the net! Two to the good, and they are purring, absolutely purring.
74 minutes.
One sweeping move, executed with deadly efficiency.
Well, it's an example of counter-attacking at its finest. Real cut and thrust.
Arsenal are now luxuriating. And Del Piero! And no, he had to, and yet he could not.
Well, I think it's great. He's showing plenty of fight here. You want that to spread throughout the team now.
Number 25, Del Piero. Number 7, Francesco Totti. Coming on the field.
It's a lovely, neat pass.
Number 9,
Rummenigge! Oh, it looked like 3-0 for sure.
Rummenigge clearly furious with himself there. They looked for all the world like they were going to go 3-up.
And claimed it back swiftly. Can he get it through? Owen! Oh, shooting chance! And there's a goal! As simple as you like, the outcome utterly inevitable.
Owen really can't believe his luck. He was allowed so much room when he should have been boxed in.
Just one in it now.
Well, they'll just be praying that one more chance falls their way before the whistle goes. Arsenal really wanted...
And Shevchenko! Oh, that was no routine save.
I think he's done great there, both reading it and dealing with it.
Corner number 2 then. Getting up there!
Has been indicated.
And oh, he's got that completely wrong. Stojkovic. Oh, he's going to be disappointed with that. Tries to pass it through. This is Owen. Added time is up, and there goes the whistle. One of those games that many would have felt no one deserved to lose, but sentiment counts for nothing here, and at the margins, it was decided. So bring it on. Hype, expectation, emotion. The game yet to kick off. The excitement already palpable. Colours vivid and vibrant, songs loud and proud. The tone for this game is well and truly set. So off we go then. So Jim, who would you identify as the key man in this fixture?
Well, I get the feeling, Peter, that this guy, Michael Elise, will be very much on show here. He's, I think, superb in that position on the right-hand side. I don't want to see him moved anywhere else in the team because he's expert in that area. And I think the next phase in his career now is to start scoring more goals. He's already pretty proficient at that, but he's good enough to add many more goals to his game, and he could do some damage here too.
Yeah, hard to see past him. He'll be looking to put on a show, I'm certain of that. Now it's Del Piero. Now, can they get him away? Juve. Borussia Dortmund do have a chance to counter here. Cute ball now, how can he reach it? And he's straight offside. There's a sharp little ball here. That is some save from Khan! And the keeper has reacted superbly there.
Rooney actually didn't do an awful lot wrong, to be honest.
Borussia Dortmund with the corner. They're first. They've played it short. Gerrard. It's Gerrard! Goal! Borussia Dortmund! And it's Borussia Dortmund who take the lead. Oh, beautifully dispatched. There was no reaching that.
He had the whole picture in his head, Peter. He didn't even look at the goalkeeper.
So the first moment of real significance.
Well, I guess this ought to make things interesting, Peter. No doubt the opposition will now be forced to play a more open and riskier game.
So what can they make of this? Lovely pass, but Del Piero! Oh, crossbar! Rijkaard. Juve. He's going for goal! Oh, it rattles the bar! And it's in! Barcelona are back in business! Right place, right time, and a fine instinctive finish.
Yeah, he showed great reactions there. Right place, right time, easy pickings.
It's starting to look very interesting, this.
Well, this is to be expected, Peter. When you've got two strong teams of fairly equal standing, the outcome should all come down to finishing.
And it's Gerrard. Looking for options for great chance! Loose ball now, and there's a chase on to retrieve it. Neymar. Owned beyond the defence, and he was quick to react. Well, he was clearly disappointed with that pass.
Well, everything up to the final pass looked decent. They just couldn't pick out that killer ball.
And that's been won straight back. That's a little off target. It's gone out for a throw-in. Edmilson, and it's lofted through here.
2 added minutes has been indicated.
Owen, he can run onto that. And Del Piero! Oh, that was no routine save.
Yeah, he was well placed to deal with that.
This possibly the last play of the half. So, a temporary halt to the action. Well, the glass is either half full or half empty. Neither side yet truly to impose themselves, and it's level pegging at half-time. So it's one each. How are you seeing it, Jim?
Well, it sets up a very entertaining second half, Peter. Who's going to make the first move, trying to win this, and how they might find a way to sustain good pressure.
And it has been tight, it's been competitive. Each side with one significant moment, and at half-time the score is 1-1. Back on the way then.
Borussia Dortmund have been the team that have had the lion's share of possession and chances. OK, they haven't got much to show for it, but I think it's a case of keep going.
Can he finish? It's hit the upright. And they're back on the ball again. Juve absolutely focused then on the defensive side of his game.
Yeah, listen, we often get critical of a forward's tackle, but that was squeaky clean.
Juve! Oh, that was nice, but not quite the end product required.
That's really well played. It's just the type of run you need. Off the shoulder of the last defender, stay onside.
Dani Olmo picks it up from the goal kick. Oh, no joy this time. has not gone well. Del Piero is sporting a guilty look after that.
Well, that's down to a simple miscalculation. No more, no less.
And that pass is somewhat less than ideal.
Well, I think the opposition saw that pass coming a mile off, and it wasn't the best decision.
And it is clear to see that he is not at all happy with that.
His teammates are really annoyed with that, you know.
Real chance! Oh, it's fallen loose again! It's gone in, and it is an own goal!
No, I've been there myself, and that's the last thing he wanted to happen. I really sympathise.
So one moment's crazy confusion, but they all count.
Listen, sometimes you need that little bit of luck in games like these.
Played through for the wide man. And he's in on... It's Rooney! And kept out by the most elastic of saves.
Well, someone's doing his job properly, Peter, that's for sure.
Del Piero. Elise. Can he get it through? Great ball if he can get there. And it's made its way to him. It's loose now and they want to get it back.
Barcelona really are showing all the necessary urgency, but it's potency they need.
And this is Rooney. He's found a way through. Oh, that's a foul, and the whistle's gone. Yellow or red? It is red. Well, there is concern on the faces of the players standing around him here. Well, there may be some scope for debate over the seriousness of the offence, but none over its repercussions. They'll have to see out the rest of the game with 10 men.
Well, they're struggling to cope with a pacey dribble because they've not been at it as a team. I think the collective pressure needs to be better all around.
Oh, well played, well sorted out. Borussia Dortmund moments now away from seeing this one out.
Barcelona really don't have a choice now. They just have to throw everything forward and give themselves a chance to draw level.
Substitution for Borussia Dortmund, number 7.
So a bit of a revolving door here. Lots and lots of changes.
Well, his stamina was called into question then, but there's absolutely nothing wrong with his heart and the efforts he put in. He was very willing, though, not quite able.
Into a minimum of 4 minutes additional time. Good effort from distance. That has been cut short. And the assistant referee rightly gives him offside. And that will be it. Borussia Dortmund have emerged victorious in this match of thrills. The odd goal ultimately proving the difference. So, Jim, how do you reflect on what we've seen?
It was a very good game, played in the right spirit with a fitting atmosphere.
मैच है, देखते हैं क्या रंग लेके आते हैं टॉप 7 के अंदर।
क्या रंग? काला रंग
लेकिन
में।
बीएस की बात करें तो अभी के लिए स्केरी जॉर्ज यहाँ पे रहने
कैसा
वाले
साउंड?
हैं। वहाँ
अब
पे
ठीक है?
ओवेस की कहीं
Oh, what a sight this is. The colour, the choreography, the camaraderie. The fans have pulled out all the stops to make this a monumental occasion.
Against Barcelona.
There's nothing quite like match day, especially here. This crowd doesn't do ordinary,
अब ठीक है?
and we should be in for something very special.
यो भाई प्लीज थोड़ा वॉल्यूम कम कर, स्किप्स का ज़्यादा है। अब
Well, we're on the way. Well, there's the man we're all here to see, the thriller-minute Neymar. He really does turn every game into a showbiz occasion. So I wonder, Jim, what is in today's show?
Well, plenty, we hope, Peter. Being the kind of player who likes to take it upon himself to win, whether it's his vision and creativity or being more direct in providing a threat up front, we're bound to see something special, I hope.
Because we always have in the past.
Indeed.
And we have our very first corner. And now a sudden chance to counter. And it's Berbatov. It's a sharp pass. Cannavaro calmly anticipates. And Dijk can get it clear. Well, a glitch with the rangefinder there, and evident annoyance.
Clearly is miffed, having made the run and not get picked out.
Well, nicely intercepted. Looking for the run. Oh, easy pickings there. Pass somewhat off target. Well, he was clearly disappointed with that pass.
Well, I think the opposition saw that pass coming a mile off, and it wasn't the best decision.
Howson clears without hesitation. Let's bat, and he shoots! Goal! Barcelona! Barcelona are in front! A finish of great intelligence. He just understood, and he executed so smoothly.
Yeah, the touch before the finish is so often the critical part, and we've just seen an example.
He's having a hit!
They'll want to make the most of this turnover.
Totti, and it's been played through. That's really well cleared. Threads one in. Very nicely done. And the shot! Well taken goal. And the lead lost no time at all.
Yeah, and analysis of the goal should take a back seat to the importance of a committed reaction. This is wonderful to watch.
That is a diamond of a goal. The planning immaculate, the execution brilliant.
That is simply tremendous. I mean, how easy would it have been to get across it or overhit it? Perfection.
So they have it all to do again.
Well, there's resilience for you, Peter. As a side, they never lost focus despite the setback, and this is thoroughly merited. For me, now they can go one better, possibly.
Now it's Owen. Gerrard! He's done very well to get to that.
Gerrard is offering a wry smile there.
Rooney plays it short. Hernandez gets it away. Berbatov, Silvestre, Sput. And for the first half, that is that. Well, the glass is either half full or half empty. Neither side yet truly to impose themselves, and it's level pegging at half-time. So your views on the first half?
Well, both sides would have expected a closely fought match, and that's pretty much what we've got so far. The early exchanges, I think, in this second half will be worth keeping an eye on to see if any adjustments have been made to change things.
So, all square at half-time, each side matching the other blow for blow at the break. And we're already back up and running after half-time. And Del Piero! He's had a shot! Oh, fine stop from the keeper.
Really looked sharp there, didn't he? That's very well played.
Now that's well seen too. Played into space. And here's Del Piero. Del Piero, great chance! Goal! Borussia Dortmund! And the game is well and truly turned on its head. One sweeping move, executed with deadly efficiency.
Borussia Dortmund are such an adept counter-attacking team. They produced something out of nothing there. A few seconds was all it took for them to convert a defensive situation into a goal, and it's very impressive.
So we have a breakthrough. Goes for a shot! And he's stuck it away. A game of thrills, all square in the blinking of an eye.
Yeah, since going a goal down, they've dug in to produce a really fine spell, which
applies the finish! This is Owen. Shot at goal! Goal! Borussia Dortmund! And they get themselves in front! Well, this is what we've been waiting for.
Look, he's the one everyone expects to put the ball in the net. That's what he's paid to do.
And it's played in. Tries to get it clear. Great ball, takes a shot! No, just not quite.
That is a really good chance missed, Peter. Certainly the way he's been playing.
Some intricate passing, looking to progress the ball. Del Piero unable to make it happen for all his good intentions. 75 minutes played. And this is Totti. Totti! Goal! Two to the good, and they are purring. Absolutely purring. We knew what was coming, and he has outfoxed the keeper again.
Well, he always had the measure of the keeper there. Such confidence and composure.
So the lead now is 2.
Well, their manager seems to have them always thinking about...
Oh, he's been caught up, shapes to shoot! And a neat finish. They'll take that. Perhaps not the prettiest, but they all count.
Such good movement. Some players have that natural ability to be in the right place at the right time. We've just seen the perfect example.
Just one in it now.
Well, I think they have every chance of levelling this now, Peter, but they've got to stay calm and not go completely gung-ho.
Francesco Totti. Number 8, Gerrard. Coming on the field, number 14,
I think the message here is quite clear, Peter. They want another one and will seemingly keep going until they get it. Borussia Dortmund can really think about the precious seconds that took off the clock. No need to overly...
Owen! Oh, denied brilliantly!
Owen actually didn't do an awful lot wrong, to be honest.
Borussia Dortmund have their second corner now. Across it goes.
6
And he's there to get it away. It's really nicely played. Oh, it's Park Ji-sung! And again, he is at his elastic best. Borussia Dortmund have their third corner. Rooney with the short one. And the finish! They want to be quick to recover this. And he can clear it away. He's had a fair tumble under that challenge. This is Owen. Hernandez. So that's it. It is all over. So the winners bullish and belligerent after a remarkable collective effort. Fall behind they may have done, but they were having none of that. Del Piero picking up the Man of the Match award, and no surprise there. Terrific recovery, a really fine win that, Jim Beglin.
They've taken advantage of some complacency, Peter, but if you're offered a chance to do that, then you've got to be ready to pounce.
So just time for me to say thanks to Jim for his wisdom and to wish you all a very good evening.
And just a quick reminder.
बचपन में कार्ड्स कलेक्ट कंग्रेचुलेशंस रोहित मचा 100 कॉइन्स में
Well, what a scene we have here. There's a real expectant buzz in the stadium, and the players on the pitch are raring to go any minute now.
Against Borussia Dortmund.
Well, the stage is set for a stirring showdown here. The supporters in great voice, and there's a real sense of anticipation in the air. Game on. So it's down to business here. Gabriel Batistuta, Jim, pretty much the embodiment of the complete striker, wouldn't you say?
Devastating. A great goal scorer, and a scorer of great goals too. Given the ball anywhere near the box, and you know what the outcome will be.
A very example of a centre-forward.
Absolutely, he was pretty close to perfection for most of his career.
Neymar. He has a look out. Shot it, goal! Goal!
Well, talk about a real rude awakening. It's almost as if the defence saw nothing coming. They just didn't anticipate, on heels rather than toes.
One sweeping move, executed with deadly efficiency.
Look, if you want to be effective on the break, then the key element is always pace. That's what really rips defences apart, and it's difficult to find an answer to it when it's applied like that.
So, a breakthrough already. He's shifting through the gears here. Well, that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined. He's got away. That has not gone well. And here's Neymar. Goes for a shot! And a neat finish. And they're threatening to fly away here. Simplicity itself.
Yeah, it's simply tragic defending when a renowned finisher is ignored. It's how he built his reputation.
Paris Saint-Germain are sitting pretty, 2-0 up.
This is wonderful front-footed football. The manager will be absolutely thrilled to see his team clicking in every department.
Neymar chasing after it. Gerrard does really well to win the ball there. That looks a decent ball. An uncompromising challenge. Howson gets it clear.
He looked rushed. He should have waited for some movement.
Neymar, and they can counter here. He has found the way through. Neymar. Rijkaard. Rooney. Oh, nicely intercepted. Well, there is a look that says it all. A piercing stare.
Well, the pass wasn't good enough, and he knows it.
Borussia Dortmund are in need of a lift as we head up towards the break. Aimed beyond the defence. Batistuta gets flagged offside. That is good pressure, just hounded him off it. And this is Del Piero. Del Piero unable to make it happen for all his good intentions. Oh, it's hit the post! Not a bad try by any means.
We're talking fine margins, very fine margins.
Two added minutes has been indicated.
Looking to play him in. Cannavaro kept aware, and it is Reek. And the whistle goes for half-time. What have we learned from the first 45 minutes?
Well, I think things have worked out pretty well so far, Peter. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. So I think the manager has to resist change at this stage.
Children's announcement.
So that's how it stands at halfway. We'll be back with the second half very soon.
His way to the information centre.
Substitution for Paris Saint-Germain. Number 11, Batistuta.
And here is the first touch of the second half.
I think it'll be fascinating to see how they're going to change their approach here. They have to go for it and try and pull it back, but they also have to be aware that going 3 down will probably seal their fate.
Number 22, Rijkaard.
Can he get on the end of this?
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
Rafinha, great vision. Howson cuts out the pass, and he welcomes it in. Great ball, tries a shot! Relentless, just relentless! And they are tearing the opposition apart here. Simply breathtaking stuff. Perfect placement, the one place the keeper couldn't reach.
He had the whole picture in his head, Peter. He didn't even look at the goalkeeper.
3-0, and things are starting to look awfully cosy.
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure. Look, they've had their chance to regroup and rethink. Now they've got to stir a revival. Are certainly playing with an intense focus in executing their plan here. That's just playing it safe and simple.
Cannavaro. Alexander-Arnold. It's a promising position. Bumps him off it and wins back the ball. Has a look up and drives it forward. Gerrard. Mbappe. Threads one in. Is having a shot! And yes, it's there! This day becomes absolutely perfect. Utterly ideal. A horrible blip, a situation utterly avoidable that has resulted in considerable embarrassment.
Borussia Dortmund really were asking for trouble there by failing to cope with a formidable press.
This is a gloriously greedy performance. Cannavaro. Borussia Dortmund couldn't do a whole lot with it there. They could do with more sharpness in their passing. He's a sharp little ball here. Decent chance!
Substitution.
Paris Saint-Germain with their first corner, the first in the game for either side, actually. They've played it short. This looks and he shoots! And that's a tiny finish. And the headlines continue to get darker and darker.
I can see some heads dropping here now, Peter. I see things getting even worse out there if they're not careful.
Things looking so easy, almost too easy here. Now it's Maciej Cunha. Stojkovic. Lovely pass, but can he get there?
Whatever happens, that's the kind of movement which raises hope.
There will be
Paris Saint-Germain have great chance! And that's in! And the chasm continues to widen. A brutal statement that underpins where these teams are at.
Some of those players look totally lost out there now, Peter, and you can't blame them.
And that means just one thing. Oh, great chance! Picks out, he's had a shot! And he hits the net! And this is getting ridiculous, borderline crazy.
Well, this is turning into...
And that will be the final act. Borussia Dortmund suffer a humiliating defeat, and if that weren't painful enough... The noise is just about reaching a crescendo here as these two sides get ready to lock horns. This is football at its finest.
Borussia Dortmund against Manchester United.
The pre-match build-up has been fantastic. Now, the game itself. Well, we're on the way.
You know who I've got my eye on here, Peter? Dennis Bergkamp. He'll be performing all sorts of different roles out there. The focal point up front, the ball carrier, the link between the midfield and the attack.
A beautiful inventor, and he does it all, of course, with unmatched panache. Messi! It's bounced back off the post. That's a lovely, neat pass.
It's the sort of situation that they'll want to capitalise on now.
Pass somewhat off target. And they're quick to get it back. Gerrard, Totti, it's Rooney! Oh, he's just got under that.
Oh, he got lots of power behind that, just couldn't quite get it on target.
Costa Curta. Davids spots it and intercepts. Shevchenko going after that. Well played, that has snuffed out the danger. And it's Messi. Can he get on the end of this? And he's picked it up out wide. Tanucci. And here's Owen. Bergkamp. So a third of the match, or thereabouts, gone, and we still await the first goal. Now it's Messi. Messi proves just a little bit too strong. Oh, he's found support out wide. And it's safely in the keeper's hands. Del Piero is offering some sort of an apology there.
His teammates are really annoyed with that, you know, and they have every right to be.
That's good running with the ball.
Oh, really well played.
Rijkaard is the team's great visionary. Nicked it back promptly. He's shifting through the gears here. Owen! Now, who's going to be first to this? Has a look and plays it forward. Manchester United have quite a reputation for being combative, confrontational, just in your face, Jim.
It's well rehearsed, Peter. It's testament to their excellent work ethic, really. The way they always go chasing the ball in numbers, and they can keep it up late into a game too.
Now it's Bergkamp. Well, that pass isn't the best. Well, he was clearly disappointed with that pass.
They should have done a lot better there. The final ball was very poor.
Ambitious ball. It's Rooney! Oh, it's hit the post! And needless to say, that deserved better.
Well, you have to say how clever the pass was. It caught the defence off guard because of the disguise on it, and it makes it all the more disappointing that he didn't top it off with a finish.
Cafu. It's a lovely, neat pass.
There will be 1 minute added time.
Shevchenko. Nice interception, well timed. And that is the end of the first half. So we go in at half-time with both defences still yet to be breached. They rather cancelled each other out in the first period. Let us see what the second half brings. So neither side yet off the mark.
Yeah, 0-0, but definitely not from the want of trying. There's been plenty of industry and hard work, as well as some good defending, so I wouldn't be too dismissive just yet.
Oh, generally speaking, an entertaining half. Lack of goals a notable thing, but that's not to say it hasn't been very watchable. So straight into the second half.
Borussia Dortmund are probably feeling relatively good about themselves, so I don't think the manager has seen anything to change in his half-time team talk.
He's gone forward. Quality ball. Nicely aimed pass. And he cuts out the supply. Threads one in. Great ball if he can get there. That's a risky ball, you've got to say. Still waiting for the game to take off here. 0-0. Lovely pass, but can he get there? That's the keeper's ball. Borussia Dortmund on the counter-attack now. And here's Shevchenko. He's found a way through. And he's looking at the referee, but the referee is shaking his head. Oh, goes for a shot! Folland! That is a beauty! About as smooth as it gets. How they've waited. Now they have it.
Well, a 1-2 is easy.
On! And it's in! And the lead lost no time at all.
Yeah, they say that fortune favours the brave, and we've seen it. The team has real personality and character.
It's starting to look very... And Messi! He looked every bit the assured keeper there.
Really looked sharp there, didn't he? That's very well played.
Tries to pass it through. He is through here. Delivers the ball. Chance! And that's a real chance missed.
That could prove very pivotal. Chances like that just can't be wasted.
Number 8.
So the manager can make a change for the first time in the game here.
Francesco Totti. Coming on the field, number 14.
But it's Owen.
Stojkovic.
No joy this time.
Isco.
Borussia Dortmund really can't be faulted for their attitude, and if they go on to win this, it'll be fully deserved.
Short changes him with that pass. Owen. It's come to nothing. Lovely pass, but can he get there? Oh, well measured. And this is Forlan. Great chance! Oh, fine stop from the keeper.
Forlan actually didn't do an awful lot wrong, to be honest.
Borussia Dortmund, number 25.
All hands on deck for this one.
Coming on the field is number 21.
And he gets rid in a hurry.
Well, that might be that, Peter. Maybe both sides just going to have to settle for the draw now.
4 added minutes
Oh,
has
good
been
spread.
indicated.
Stojkovic. 4 extra minutes added on. Davids moved on forwards. Well timed, excellent interception. Now it's Shevchenko. And that will be the final act. Decent game of football, that. Intense, intriguing. And both sides, as it turns out, unable to be separated.